going on, Aquarius? Welcome back to the channel, Elevated Spirits. It's Jazzy, your reader for today. This is going to be your full moon message. Full moon is tomorrow, but the energies can definitely still be very present 3 days before, 3 days after, give or take, depending on, where you're at on the timeline. So as always, these readings are normally timeless, but because, the new and full moon phases, those for my channel are time specific. So this is for the full moon that, like I said, is taking place tomorrow. I believe it's the pink moon. That is, I can't remember which sign it's in. I believe it's Sagittarius if you follow Western astrology, but it's in obviously a different sign if you follow sidereal. So, which I typically look at both. So let's get into this. So for those of you that are interested in booking a private consultation, checking out my Etsy wish list, your elements playlist, social media handles, any all that good stuff can and will be found in the description box of every single one of my videos below. All right. For those of you that have donated to the channel, those of you that have booked a private consultation, thank you so much for trusting me with your situation to help guide you. So let's get into this. We're going to get some messages here from Spirit about what you guys are releasing with this full moon or being asked to release. What's challenging you, what opportunities may be presenting themselves to you, and how Spirit is helping you. Okay, so let's get into this. Spirit for Aquarius. What is blocking or challenge? What is Aquarius being asked to release? What is Aquarius being asked to release? This full moon, Spirit for Aquarius. Full moon, June 3rd, 2023. I'm recording this on Friday the 2nd. So, okay. Spirit for Aquarius, clear, accurate. Whoa. Messages. So we have surrender to the divine. Motions are running high. Supermoon and full moon. Okay. So, there's definitely, I feel like, things that are coming up for you guys at this time, and it's going to be important for you guys to just do your best to give it up to Spirit. Okay. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. So this is definitely, I feel like, a very pivotal time for you, Aquarius, to release. I feel like things are definitely coming up at this time that are, that maybe have been lingering for quite some time, that maybe you guys have been finding it difficult to actually allow yourself to release, but Spirit is really, I feel like, pushing you guys more than ever. I feel like it's kind of like something's at it's giving me this emotions are running high card gives me energy of like something that's like reached its boiling point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like some of you with either a situation or just your soul, your spirit is at a point where it can't hold on to something anymore. It just can't, it's like, it's kind of like at this point begging you to clear something out once and for all. Okay. Whatever that is for you. So I feel like some of you are really being guided to release something with this full moon energy. Spirit, what is challenging Aquarius at this time? What is challenging? What is potentially challenging Aquarius? All right. So we have gratitude, 23. Some of you may be finding it hard during this time to really be grateful for all you have. I feel like some of you have a lot of stuff to be grateful for, and there's more things that's coming fruition here at the bottom. So I feel like some of you are kind of like, things that you've been asking for, maybe taking its time, or it's feeling like it's taking its time to come to you. But I feel like some of you, if you start allowing yourself to have gratitude as if it's already here, allow yourself to get in that space of how essentially it would feel if you had whatever it is that you're asking for, and allow yourself to embody that energy as often as possible without, feeling like, yeah, right, type of thing. Preferably when you first wake up in the morning and right before you go to bed. Your brain is most impressionable when you first wake up. So before you, get out the bed, if you can, just, pour gratitude into what it is that you have been asking for. If it's like, you needing help with something, or help with the bill, or, trying to manifest, some type of promotion or a new job, or, whatever it is, I feel like some of you, it is coming, but I feel like some of you, it's like, it may be taking its time, or it's being kind of like kept back, because I feel like some of you need to express, put yourself in the energy as if it's already here, right? Because you only put resistance towards what it is that you're asking for, which makes it difficult for you to vibrate at that frequency of what it is you're asking for by when we don't allow ourselves to act as if it's already here, to allow ourselves to feel that feeling of gratitude and appreciation for whatever it is we're asking for as if we already had it. So I feel like some of you may be finding it a little bit difficult to do, and that's where Spirit, I feel like, is asking you guys, that could be what Spirit is asking you guys to release. So, you know, whether it's a problem or something that you guys are just really, really wanting, allow yourself to feel gratitude for it as if it's already here. But if this has to do with something that you're trying to release, the same thing can still apply. It's just a matter of shifting your perspective. So if it's something that's challenging, you know, allow yourself to have gratitude for what it taught you. That's how you transmute the energy from negative to positive, by allowing yourself to see it from a higher point of, you know, vantage point, a higher perspective, and, you know, allow yourself to give thanks for the challenge because it taught you something. You learned a lesson from it. It strengthened you, right? It's sometimes a blessing in disguise. So I feel like Spirit is also, you know, some of you may be having a hard time seeing, you know, a challenge from that lens of perspective. But I feel like if you allow yourself to practice, you know, practice, you know, allowing yourself to see something from the standpoint of how it's helping you, how it's strengthening you, what it's essentially teaching you, that will essentially shift the energy from, you know, what you don't want it to be, like the less preferred energy and result, versus to, you know, it'll help you shift from that to a more preferred result. So let's see, what opportunity is presenting itself here for Aquarius Spirit with the full moon? What opportunity is presenting itself, or what's coming towards Aquarius with this full moon? What are they? Clarity. Interesting. So Spirit really wants you to be careful what it is you ask for. Some of you, that could be, you know, while some people get upset when things take a while to come, that's sometimes Spirit's way of helping you, believe it or not, where if you know, like if Spirit knows everything, right? So infinite intelligence knows everything. So Spirit knows what you're really essentially asking for. However, if you're not specific in what you're asking for, Spirit knows that by law, you're free. It can't infringe upon your free will. So Spirit is going to, you know, give you based on what you're asking for. So sometimes when there's delays, I strongly feel like that's sometimes Spirit's way of trying to save your ass, so to speak, by not giving you exactly what you asked for, giving you that extra grace period to kind of correct and be like, are you sure that's what you want? Because the way you're asking for it, you're not going to get the result you think you're going to get, right? So I feel like some of you, this is a period where if things aren't necessarily manifesting how you wanted to or when you wanted to, I feel like there's a reason that it's happening like that. That's really going to benefit you more than you realize right now, more than you're able to see with maybe your 3D physical vision. So I feel like some of you, there's an opportunity here for you to really get clear about what it is that you want. So instead of looking at, you know, maybe this time of where it's like, what the fuck, like what's happening? Why is this not happening yet? Or why, you know, why, right? Instead of looking at that period as a time where it's like, you know, where you're punishing yourself and getting down on yourself about why something hasn't happened, instead give gratitude that it hasn't happened yet, because it gives you an opportunity to actually fine tune what it is you're asking for. So that way, all the specifics that Spirit is feel like trying to give you that time to get right, you have that time to actually get it right. So you can actually get what it is that you want, to really see something clearly, see maybe a situation that maybe that maybe is coming up at this time. I feel like some of you may be looking at it from it's a bit of a skewed perspective. So there's an opportunity here for you to really see something for what it is, see something clearly, and give gratitude for what it taught you. Even if it's, you know, like I said, something challenging, there's still things to be grateful for when you allow yourself to see it from that perspective and be like, you know what, thank you, because had it not happened like this, I could never make sure I would never go through that shit again. You see what I'm saying? Things like that. So I feel like some of you will really benefit you by looking at it from that perspective. Okay. So let's get, I feel like I wanted to pull another one with that. So let's do one of these. Spirit for Aquarius. What is an opportunity that is presenting itself with clarity? Clarify clarity, Spirit, for Aquarius. What is coming towards them? Where is an opportunity for them? This full moon, for their highest and greatest good. Aquarius. I feel like one flipped over, but I can't tell. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Spirit for Aquarius. Clarify clarity. Just clarity about. Oh, okay. So, tunnel vision. So card number 8, Libra energy. Victim mentality, confusion. Oh, see? Resist clarity. narrow focus, echo chamber, restriction, denial, oblivious, out of touch, hyper focus, concentration. So for some of you, it's interesting how this says clarity and this is resist clarity, right? Confusion, mental victim mentality. So some of you could be playing the victim here, and there's maybe an opportunity for you to not do that. For others of you, this could definitely be talking about someone external to you that their emotions may be, really, on high right now with this full moon because something is maybe coming up. And I feel like some of you, are able to maybe see something very clearly in another person, right? Where someone may have been seeing something the wrong way, or this could, like I said, be you, where some of you are maybe seeing something, like I said earlier, from a skewed perspective. But there's an opportunity here for you to see it differently, for you to maybe get clear about something and see how maybe you've been kind of like making things more confusing than they have to be, or not seeing things from a different perspective is making the situation even worse, right? So I feel like that's what the opportunity here is for some of you to come out of that, to whatever has been confusing, to actually see it clearly, see how it's really helping you versus hurting you. Okay. So at the bottom here, we have sapphire. That's my stone. Card number 1, Gemini energy, mental force, spiritual insight, hope and faith, wise judgment, power and strength, life of the party, kindness, valued, holy, divine favor, revered, motivate, precious. Yeah. I feel like some of you, it's like realizing how precious you are, like as a person, as a being, as a, your divine role on this planet at this time. I feel like it's like you guys are fine-tuning. You're starting to see, you guys are maybe getting some spiritual insight, or you're needing it, right? I feel like that's some of you, it's like you're asking for something. There's things that you've been wanting and waiting for. That it's something that, you've been dealing with a battle. Maybe some of you have been dealing with internally. Spirit is asking you to give that up, to release it. Forgive yourself, if that's necessary. Forgive any others that are involved, right? Some of you, like I said, this is about, a victim mentality here, playing the victim in a situation. Instead, give gratitude for how it strengthened you, how it helped you. It doesn't give anybody a pass by accepting something for what it is. What happened, right? It doesn't make it okay, but allowing yourself to accept that this is what happened will help you release it, will help you transmute that energy. And I feel like for some of you, this is the time to do it, where something that where it's like, I'm getting mixed, a couple messages here, where with this fruition card, where if you focus too much and so much on, bad things that have happened, is how we recreate them to happen again. So that's for some of you, where if you don't want that to happen, this is where Spirit is kind of giving you that grace of getting your thoughts right, stop seeing things from the skewed perspective of, this happened to me, instead looking at how it was happening for you, right? So I feel like some of you, once you allow yourself to shift that lens of perspective, that's what's going to help you. Okay. Some of you maybe just, like I said, having a hard time, being grateful for the situation, or for something that has ended, something that has transpired at the end of the day. You don't really yet see how it's helping you. I feel like some of you are still hurting, or experiencing some type of pain of a situation, which is, it's not allowing you to see it for how it's really benefiting you versus how it hurt you. Right. So let's see, Spirit, how are you helping? How are you helping Aquarius with this situation during this full moon? How are you helping Aquarius? Spirit, how are you helping Aquarius with this? Respect. Okay. I feel like this is talking about the respect card. Speaks of, respecting yourself, but also respecting others. Okay, respecting your thoughts and the way you think about things, and your connection to all the elements, because the pentagram that's what this pentacle represents, right? Is all elements: earth, wind, fire, water, and the Holy Spirit, the divine, the most high, right? So I feel like some of you, Spirit is giving you clarity to, I feel like, your divine connection to all things, and how you're connected to everything, realizing that, like, when we judge someone else, we're essentially judging ourselves too, because we're all interconnected. So you have imagination here and homecoming. So this is, you know, some air energy. This is thoughts again. So this is definitely, you know, stuff with your mind, the way you think, the way you see things, your perspective about things. Okay. I feel like it's like Spirit is giving you an opportunity to come home to yourself, to really get clear about what it is that you want, to really, I feel like there's something that some of you are kind of like keeping to yourself that has maybe happened as maybe a child, that Spirit is asking you to, that it's time to surrender, it's time to let go, it's time to release it. And some of you, it's, you know, it's time to go ahead and do that. I feel like some of you, there's a secret you've been keeping, and it's going to eventually maybe need to come out, because maybe some of you, this could be like having a family reunion or something. And I feel like some of you are kind of like, it's like you're maybe not wanting to go or something like that because of the history with the person, like something that has happened. Okay. But I feel like there's still an opportunity here to now see the spiritual meaning behind why why something happened, behind, you know, whatever the situation is, which I feel like essentially will free you. There's an opportunity to free you from a situation because you're seeing it, or you're being gifted an opportunity to really see it for why it happened the way it did, or why something didn't happen, why something maybe you've been trying to manifest isn't really best for you, isn't for your highest good after all, something you've been imagining and really, you know, wanting for yourself. I feel like Spirit is about to show you, you know, kind of like why you need to respect your connection to everything, because you're powerful. I feel like some of you are gonna see how this is really maybe something that you've been trying to manifest, why it hasn't manifested. You're gonna ease. I feel like Spirit is gonna help you really see, you know, clearly why something didn't happen or why it hasn't happened yet, right? And I feel like that's what's going to really help you be grateful that, wow, I'm glad that, you know, this played out how it did. I'm glad it didn't happen when and how I thought it should, right? So let's see. Spirit, how else are you helping Aquarius in this situation? Healer. So this is about an opportunity to heal something, okay? Heal something within yourself. Like I said, this definitely sounds like something from the past, maybe something from childhood, something that you guys have been, you know, keeping to yourself, keeping a secret, something, you know, could be SA, you know, sexual assaults, abuse, things like that. But this is an opportunity here for you to heal that, to heal those wounds, because I feel like some of you, it's going to put you into mission in some type of way. Some of you have a mission to, you know, essentially help others heal in the similar ways that you've been hurt. By you healing yourself is what then helps you be able to teach someone else how they could do it for themselves, or at least give them some type of guidance or insight to that based on your own experience. So we have fire that also flipped out, fire, creativity. Okay. So I feel like this is, you know, this could definitely be talking about your sacral chakra, right? With all this fire energy here, that's your sacral chakra. That's your chakra of emotions. You're also your chakra of creativity, right? Some of you may be a life path number 7. That's definitely my card. It's my life path. So some of you might be a 7 as well. We also have 14. So you may be a life path 14, or born on the 14th or the 7th. Those numbers may be of significance to you. So let's see. What else? Spirit for, look, divine feminine at the bottom, card number 10. So this could definitely be healing, you know, something that happened with a divine feminine, whether it be a mother figure, a mother wound of some sort. This could be, you know, spouse, wife, sister, auntie, grandmother, okay, ancestral stuff that some of you are, you know, healing at this time, okay? I feel like Spirit, whatever it is, it's like Spirit's asking you to give it up to the divine. Be grateful for what it taught you. Be grateful for what you've experienced up until this point, you know? I feel like it may be hard to do that, but I feel like it'll definitely benefit you in doing so, okay? Let's see. I'll get those towards the end. So let's get into some tarot for Aquarius. Spirit, what is this for Aquarius about what they're releasing with this full moon? Let's clarify. What are you asking them to surrender? What is emotions running high about? What is this about for Aquarius, Spirit? Transformation. So the death card, some of you, this could be dealing with the Scorpio. But for others of you, this is, you know, something that you know needs to change, something that is maybe done that you need to go ahead and just release and let go of, something that is already maybe it's for some of you, this is old aspects to yourself, like old aspects of yourself, parts of yourself that, you know, you don't need anymore, that have served their purpose. And, you know, Spirit really wants you to, I feel like, give gratitude for, you know, its place in your life up until this point. You know, it's time for the next part of your journey though. And this could definitely also apply to a situation, a connection, a relationship, whatever that is, that some of you are, you know, something is over or something needs to change, something needs to end here in order for it to even, whether it's start a new beginning in a totally different dynamic, or if this is something that it needs to end to, you know, bring in something totally brand new, whether it's like a redo of the same, you know, person, but just a totally new cycle, or this is a whole brand new person altogether. However that fits for you. But for others of you, this is definitely talking about yourself, parts of yourself that you know it's time to go ahead and release old ways of doing, being, thinking, limiting beliefs, old ways of how we used to respond to things, whatever that is for you. I feel like that is what Spirit is asking you guys to release, to surrender to the divine, the things that you know you need to go ahead and let go of. For some of you, this is long overdue, but you're just, you know, it's difficult, you know. So let's see. Clarify gratitude, Spirit. What is it here for? What's challenging Aquarius at this time? What is challenging Aquarius? What is gratitude here? Ooh. Wish fulfillment in reverse and moving on in reverse. Six of Swords in reverse. So, I feel like some of you, the challenge here is you're not happy where you're at. I feel like you're having a hard time moving on from something you know you need to release, that you're not happy in. And you're having a hard time, I feel like, you know, being grateful for what you have, what it's taught you, where you're going next. And that could be a situation like a home environment, you know, somewhere where you're at, where you're having a difficult time, you know, having gratitude for even just having a roof over your head, right? But that's, I feel like, what needs to change here, okay? I feel like some of you are playing the victim but not realizing how good you really have it. That's not going to be for everyone, so please don't get offended. That's just what Spirit is giving me here. But, you know, it's similar to like what I would tell my son. Like, you don't realize how good you have it till things change, and then you're like, fuck, like, I didn't know it could be worse, right? I feel like some of you are just really not happy and you know something needs to change, but I feel like it'll benefit you, like we were talking about earlier, it will benefit you in Seven of Swords at the bottom. This could definitely be self-sabotage, you know, not seeing something clearly, not seeing, you know, like I said, how good you really have it, how really good you have a situation that you're not happy in. It's difficult to maybe come out of, but like I said, it'll make it easier if you start finding things to be grateful for. Allow yourself to count your blessings and bring yourself out of that victim mentality, that, you know, energy of, you know, woe is me type of energy. Like, start counting your blessings, you know, because that's all that energy is coming from, a lack mentality. So I feel like for some of you, Spirit really wants you to give all that lack energy up to the divine and just focus on the things that you could count to be grateful for. Meaning, like, if you're able to watch this video, be grateful for the phone that you have to watch it on, or whatever device it is you have to watch it on. You know, being grateful for all the abundance of air that you get to breathe every day to keep your lungs going, the abundance of blood that you have in your body that keeps all your organs full functioning, right? Finding gratitude for the things you can be grateful for is very, very beneficial. It really is. So let's clarify. What's the opportunity here, Spirit? Clarify clarity. What is that about here for Aquarius? Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Something is one-sided here. I feel like something isn't really giving what you're giving. Okay. Something isn't equal. It's not something isn't reciprocal here. And I feel like it's like you're needing to see it for what it is. See the situation for what it is. You don't need to feel sorry for yourself about it, but we just need to be honest with ourselves. See something for it. And that's also what the Seven of Swords represents. What we just saw at the bottom represents, you know, not only self-sabotage, but, you know, not seeing things clearly, seeing things kind of like lying to ourselves about a situation, not wanting to see something for what it is. So some of you, this is like I said, probably a connection, something that you may be having a difficult time moving on from, but you know you're not happy where you're at. You know you're not happy with this person. And so I feel like some of you are being really guided to, you know, to really, maybe it's like something you can't deny it anymore. You can't deny it, that something isn't giving what you're giving to it. Something isn't working anymore. So I feel like some of you, are being tower fell out. Some of you are being gifted an opportunity here to really show people how to respect you. But you have to respect yourself first, right? There's an opportunity to heal something here, though. I feel like it may require you to really tap into your creativity, right? To get creative about how to do this, how to come out of whatever the situation is that I feel like you find yourself unhappy with. But if it's being brought to you, it's because you can do it. I feel like some of you don't know how strong you really are. And that's part of what Spirit is asking, to release all the limiting beliefs that make you feel like you can't do it, or like you're not smart enough, you're not strong enough, you're not capable enough, you're not creative enough. I feel like some of you know better than that, and you're just being put in a position to really put that to the test. I feel like some of you already know this, but you've been denying it. Okay. Spirit, let's clarify how you're helping Aquarius. How are you helping Aquarius during this full moon? How are you helping Aquarius, please? I'm going to quick clarify and then get some advice for you guys and close out with the oracle. So if you guys have enjoyed this up until this point, I really appreciate it if you smash that thumbs up. Consider subbing if you have not. Okay. So Lovers in reverse. So some of you, this is definitely a breakup. Something is not in balance. Something is not in balance anymore. It's not giving what it was. Something is just, it's not in harmony with maybe your path or where you're being guided to go. Some of you, there's healing that's required here from one end or both. If this is, like I said, a connection, a partnership, a relationship, something like that. It's like something isn't working anymore. And Spirit is maybe, causing a breakup, causing some type of separation here. And while it might hurt in the moment, I feel like some of you, this is like divine intervention happening on your behalf. I feel like something isn't equal anymore, and you're finally seeing that for what it is, not the story that you told yourself, not how we wanted to see it, what we knew was possible, right? With the potential, but for what it actually was. I feel like some of you, that's how you're healing a situation, is no longer, kind of like being like, well, if things would be better if they would only change. Well, instead of trying to make them change, how about you just change and decide to remove yourself because you know you deserve better, right? So I feel like some of you are finally seeing that for what it is, Be grateful for the lessons that, that it taught you. You know what? Let me read gratitude for you guys real fast. Spirit, let's see. 23. Gratitude. Be where you are and be thankful. There's always something to be grateful for. No matter your suffering, gratitude raises a lower vibration to a higher one. Do not allow yourself to be surrounded by too many negative people. Life is conspiring for you. Exactly. That is exactly what I was talking about when I said earlier, things are happening for you, not to you, right? So it's like, even though things might feel like things are going against you, it's happening ultimately for your highest and greatest good. You just may not be able to see it that way yet. Okay. I feel like, it's like you guys are getting to this boiling point where Spirit is about to airlift you out of a situation, because it feels like you're not going to leave it otherwise, unless there's divine intervention that takes place. Some of you really having a hard time moving on from something, because you're so unhappy with where you are. But I feel like Spirit is also giving you an opportunity to see how maybe it's because you're not, maybe for some of you, this could definitely be talking about not putting in the effort. Nothing is maybe coming out of something because you're not putting anything out, right? Stop being a victim and instead start making changes, start putting out good energy. And that is how you get that momentum going. So even if it helped, I've learned that it does help when you're in a lower vibrational place to do something kind for someone else. And I know that could be difficult because I've been there as well, where it's like, how do you expect me to do something for someone else if I could barely do for myself, right? But even if it's just a smile, even if it's just a compliment, even if it's just, helping, giving someone, a homeless person, $1, you know what I'm saying? Like the small little things that you can do, right? Like even for me, when I was driving Uber, there was one day where I had this, random idea to take sticky notes with me. And I would write little nice notes, enjoy your night, or, whatever, to whoever the customer was that I was delivering to, and just put your Uber driver, right? And that was just my way of, not for extra tips or anything like that, but just for the simple fact that was, for one, what Spirit had guided me to do. But for two, I know the positive effects of, you know, the energy that we emit is essentially what you get back. So by me, you know, doing that and following my intuitive guidance, you know, that's like spreading love in a positive way without anybody asking, you know what I'm saying, without even asking for it. So I feel like some of you that can definitely help here, where, you know, you're being shown, you know, being able to see things for what it is. Okay. For some of you, like I said, if this has to do with the connection, I feel like it's about to be made clear here that, you know, someone is playing the victim, and that's why they're not maybe giving to something equally. They're not giving what they could give to a situation. I feel like some of you are going to see that that's why, because there's a lot of healing that needs to be done here, and you can't force other people to heal. You cannot do their healing for them. You have to do your own, and other people have to do their own. That is our responsibility with our own free will, period. So you can't make, you know, anybody do their job, their part in their life and their experience, right? You only can do yours and hope that, you know, they either, you know, get on board and join you, or, you know, you guys have to go separate ways. So I feel like Spirit is helping you by, you know, making something either so uncomfortably, you know, imbalanced to where you have no choice but to move forward, or some of you, Spirit is literally intervening in a situation and breaking you guys up because something just, Spirit is like, no, we're not doing this anymore. Something needs to end here. Okay. Some of you, it's like, you're gonna like hurt yourself type shit. Like, you know, whether it's physically, metaphorically, or, you know, health wise, right? Like when we do something so much and we don't heed the call, like, you don't know what can happen after that. Like, that's how people end up in the hospital with random, you know, fucking things going on that they can't even explain, that they wouldn't, that, you know, just seems like it came out of nowhere. But it's like, how much do we stress our bodies? How much do we, you know, let things take us so out of character, or, you know, heighten our emotions so high to where, you know, it puts your heart into stress. It puts your, you know, put your stress levels, their cortisol levels way up, right? And next thing you know, you're fucking out for the count type shit. So I feel like, you know, Spirit, this, like I said, may hurt for some of you. But I feel like it's definitely for your own well-being. It's to help you heal, really to help you, you know, heal something that I feel like has been a long time coming. Okay. It's going to help. I feel like once this is over, I feel like for those of you that have maybe been feeling like creatively blocked, that's going to be cleared up as well. For some of you, it's definitely your sacral chakra energy. I got that earlier, and that's coming back around again. So for some of you, this is definitely talking about healing things emotionally. That's your sacral chakra, which is your chakra of manifestation, also your chakra of creativity. So it's kind of important, right? So Spirit, let's clarify. What's the death? Why is the death here for what Aquarius is releasing or being asked to release this full moon? Why is the death card here? 5 of Wands. So yeah. So this is about, you know, releasing any challenges, anything that feels challenging, any type of connections that's just a bunch of drama, okay? Or people that are competing with you, maybe comparing yourself to other people. Stop doing that shit. If that's what it is, where you're comparing your work or your job or your craft to someone else's, stop doing that. Spirit doesn't want you to do that. For others of you, this is drama. This is conflict. Always, you know, in a fight with somebody, always arguing with someone. Spirit is wanting, like, is telling you that shit needs to end. This needs to stop. Spirit is like, I feel like, fed the fuck up with whatever this is. For some of you, you'll know what this is. Okay. But yeah, some of you, this is about, you know, stop comparing yourself to other people. It's doing more damage than it is good, right? It's okay to get inspiration from other people, but when it turns into envy and kind of jealousy and kind of like side-eyeing people because, you know, you're not where you want to be yet, like, just know everybody has their season, and maybe right now is just your resting season. You're more of your planting season versus your harvesting season. So just know everybody has their seasons. Everybody has their up seasons. Everybody has their low seasons. So, you know, don't compare your journey to someone else's. That is one thing that I can say from experience, right? That is one of the worst things you could do to yourself. I'm just saying. So, Spirit, let's clarify for the challenge. Why is the 6 of Swords in reverse and the 9 of Cups in reverse? Justice. So this, for some of you, this is kind of karma, you know? It's basically cause and effect playing out, okay? That's essentially what's happening here. And so Spirit is saying, you know, that things are just playing out karmically the way it's supposed to be, based on cause and effect, based on, like I was talking about earlier, the energy you emit is what you essentially get back. So I feel like for some of you, it's starting to be made clear here where maybe you haven't been, really putting out the right type of energy, which is why you haven't been maybe getting back the energy that you want, meaning the results that you want. So this is just simply a cause and effect. So that means that, this is indication that that's where your power lies. Okay. Meaning you got yourself here, you can also get yourself out. So if I put myself in this type of situation that I'm not happy in based on the thoughts that I've been thinking, then maybe if I change my thoughts to thoughts that I, want to have, gratitude, right? Being thankful for all that I have, because that just means that just puts me in a vibration to get more of things to be grateful for, right? That is what's going to shift the energy. That is what's going to restore balance here. Okay. So some of you, it's about doing things by the book, doing things right, doing things with integrity, from a place of integrity, right? But also, being grateful. Again, cause and effect. That is simple, basic laws of karma. It's not about, just about, oh, well, you do something bad, something comes back to you. No, it's about good or bad. It doesn't matter. It's simply about cause and effect. Every, action has a consequence, a resulting consequence from it, right? So it's about, just honoring that and accepting that, being grateful for what you have, because it can always be worse, right? Yes, it could be better, but it could be a hell of a lot worse. And I'm sure most of us would rather it be, we be cool where we're at and learn to humble ourselves, right? Versus it being worse because we couldn't fucking be thankful for what we got, right? So let's see. Spirit, let's clarify. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? Why is it here for Aquarius? The opportunity is coming towards them. Some of you may be feeling like you're not getting the help that you need. You're not maybe getting the support that you need. But for some of you, it's just because it's not showing up in a way that you think it should or the way you want it to, you dismiss it. So for some of you, that's kind of where you're messing up, where that Seven of Swords could be how you're sabotaging your own, progress, or, the way that Spirit is maybe trying to help you, is because some of you, your guard is so high, you're so defensive towards the help that maybe is coming through that you're missing it. Okay. That's not going to be for all of you, but I definitely feel like, the victim mentality that some of you may be having at this time, it's giving you a chance to see how maybe you're kind of like causing, how we all do it. We all cause our own realities, good or bad, positive or negative. We are all essentially the reason behind it, based on the thoughts we think, right? And the actions we take. So decisions we make and the decisions we don't make, because not making a decision at all is also a decision. So I feel like some of you, this is about really just, allowing yourself to be accountable and allowing yourself to see where the power lies in that, and holding yourself accountable. Meaning, if you put yourself in the situation, you can also get yourself out. Okay. So and for some of you, this is also, an opportunity here for you to maybe stand up for yourself with someone that is breadcrumbing you. For those of you where that applies, where, this is talking about a person, someone that you're dating, someone that you're with, where things are just imbalanced, your partner isn't giving to this equally. This is also an opportunity maybe for you to stand up for yourself and create and establish healthy boundaries, right? Having those conversations. And if that doesn't, and if the person isn't on, on board with, what I'm saying, equal give and take, and having healthy boundaries, right? That is where I feel like Spirit is helping you by showing you how imbalanced that really is, making it so uncomfortable where you have no choice but to leave it, or Spirit is doing this for you. Like, it's like, we got missions to complete here. So if you don't want to do it, I'm gonna do it for you, right? I feel like that's where, what this is for some of you. So Spirit, let's clarify. Why is Lovers in reverse? Why is that here in reverse for Aquarius? For some of you, like I said, if this is like a breakup or something, it's if you guys have been kind of like playing the victim in some type of way, it's Spirit's way of showing you how powerful your thoughts really are, and how your thoughts essentially create your own reality. So again, there's still power in that if you allow yourself to see it from that perspective. But I feel like some of you didn't believe how powerful you are, and this is where Spirit's way of showing you how to be more mindful of your thoughts, how to be more mindful and specific with what you're asking for, because it'll give it to you when you keep claiming, certain things and claiming that you want it without really thinking it thoroughly through. You're like, damn, I wish I would have seen it, seen how I was messing up sooner, right? And you'd be like, damn, Spirit, why didn't you tell me? That's where I feel like Spirit is trying to tell you for some of you. So, Spirit, clarify Lovers in reverse. Whoa. Wow. Yeah. Emotional loss, Five of Cups, and the Six of Wands in reverse. So this is, like I said, a breakup. Someone that you're not getting, something isn't successful here. You're not getting the attention, the time, you're not getting recognized for your efforts. And I feel like it's quite sad, right? But, you know, this is, I feel like, teaching you that it's time for you to maybe pour all that energy that you've been putting into a connection. It's time for you to put that towards yourself, okay? Like I said, I feel like, you know, it's like some of us love really hard, and, you know, when it comes to you loving so hard to where it's now at your detriment, that's where Spirit's like, no, we can't do this no more. And I feel like that's what's happening here, okay? Some of you are really being put in a position to, like, forcing you to do the work to heal what needs to be healed, so you're not continuing to attract certain individuals that don't know how to appreciate you, that don't know how to, you know, give to the connection equally. Now my foot is asleep. Oh, Lord. My foot's asleep. So, anywho, yeah, Four of Cups here at the bottom. Yeah, you guys are not happy. I feel like you guys are definitely, you're rejecting someone. Someone could be, you know, coming back around from the past. Someone that wants to maybe have a new cycle with you, have a new start with you. I feel like, you guys are just, you know, finally seeing something for what it is. Okay, Archangel Michael here with the Sword of Truth, right underneath the Four of Cups. So I feel like this is definitely, you know, you see, again, that's the Sword of Clarity, the Sword of Truth, seeing something for what it is. Seeing how, you know, I feel like some of you are given an opportunity here to really, you know, things to really bounce, to be restored in a situation where this is karma. Maybe, you know, people only do what they're allowed. So I feel like for some of you, if you've been allowing someone to get away with doing the bare minimum and giving the bare minimum, that's why it's playing out the way it is. So this is just an opportunity, I feel like, for some of you to really pull your power back, okay, from a situation, from a person. Call your power back, call all of it back, you know, declare that I call all my power back to me now, from, you know, any person, place, thing, across all time, dimension, space, and realities. I call all of my power back to me now. My foot is really sleeping, y'all. Like, oh, shit. Okay, Spirit for Aquarius. Some good stuff we can look forward to. This full moon. Good stuff for Aquarius. Damn. I be swearing I'm not trying to do these videos so long, y'all. I'm really not. For Aquarius, Spirit. I didn't even know what is coming towards them. Some good stuff they can look forward to. This full moon. For Aquarius. Alright, so we have Eagle. You will soar towards your destiny with greater clarity and strength. Bruh, how many times have clarity come out in this reading? We just saw the Ace of Swords, clarity and strength, clarity and blinders here. That's like 4 times. And that's Archangel Michael's number 4. Just saying. Some of y'all, definitely Archangel Michael is making, for some of you, that's who's doing this. That's who's maybe divinely intervening in a situation, is Archangel Michael on your behalf. Just saying. Some of you, if you've been calling on Archangel Michael, working with Archangel Michael, that's who's maybe, who I feel is responsible for this, okay? Owl, there are spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. And we already had transformation here at the beginning. So I definitely feel like some of you, this is a transformation. This is part of your transformation, something that is maybe falling apart, you know, because it's really, you know, putting things in place for the next part of your journey, which we touched on that briefly earlier too. So it's like a lot of repeating messages here for you guys. Okay, so and at the bottom plane, a journey is indicated, either physically or metaphorically. Your life will become more full. A journey is indicated. That is exactly, again, death card, transformation, right? That speaks of the death, the rebirth, the releasing the old to make room for the new. That's that transition, right? All right, so let's wrap with some advice. Let's get quick, accurate messages of advice, Spirit, for Aquarius. What they need to know. This full moon advice for Aquarius, please. I'm trying to figure out, is my light smoking, or is it just my incense coming way over here? Make it look like my light's smoking. It's weird. Anyway. Okay. King of Wands. Chariot. Okay. So we have the 7 of Wands here along with the Chariot. That's 77. One more, Spirit, for Aquarius. All right. And the Ace of Swords in reverse. So I feel like Spirit really wants you guys to really step into your masculine energy. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It doesn't matter the gender. This is the energy. And this is about stepping into your masculine energy here. Really get, allow your determination, like focus on your passions and your drive and determination. This is about really getting motivated to get in alignment. Get your head and heart on the same page. Get your shadow and your light side on the same page. going the same direction, because I feel like somebody is not being honest here. They're not going to maybe tell you the truth. Okay. I feel like some of you see a situation for what it is, but I feel like someone isn't seeing things the way you are. And that could be who this person is, where some of you are seeing something, seeing it clearly, that you're not getting equal, like something isn't balanced. Something is not being equally reciprocated. And I feel like for some of you, someone is doing that to you, or playing the victim in some type of way. And they're not going to see this the way you see it. So I feel like some of you are being guided to move on, to really step into your masculine energy, like get in your car and go. For some of you, or this is like, metaphorically speaking, where it's talking about stepping into your masculine energy and really getting yourself in alignment with, getting kind of like, having a plan and going for it. Like, you will be victorious in a situation, but I feel like it's going to be important for you to either not tell someone what you have going on, what you're planning, okay, or just seeing, it's time to move on, because someone isn't going to change here. They're not seeing things how you're seeing it. They're not, being honest with themselves about what needs to change, or maybe that something is imbalanced. You may be telling this person, and this person is like denying it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, making you try to feel like you're crazy. Okay. That's definitely narcissistic traits and vibes and shit. But wow, that's wild. I didn't even see this. Top of the deck, the devil. Okay. Narcissistic vibes all day. For some of you, this person is definitely toxic, codependent, really heavily operating in their ego energy. This person could definitely be addicted. They have a lot of fears, a lot of worries, anxieties, things that, that ultimately they do too much of. For some of you, this person, watches you a lot. Okay. This person could definitely be stalking you, doing this in secret. Okay. Like heavily, watching you behind the scenes. Even if you live with this person, I feel like they watch you online. They watch your social media, because this person either doesn't trust you, and I feel like it's because they don't trust themselves. They think you're lying because they are. You see what I'm saying? Like, and they do that. That's those type of traits that I was just talking about earlier. So I feel like for some of you, that could be definitely what you're dealing with here, and you're having an opportunity here to really free yourself, because I feel like for some of you, if this applies, where you're kind of dealing with someone who, either is a clinical narcissist, or just have, those traits heavily aspected. Some of you, you're being divinely, the situation is being divinely intervened, because you would lose yourself otherwise to this type of connection, this type of dynamic. I know from experience, I was there. I almost lost myself to this man, right? So I feel like for some of you where this resonates, for those of you that it does, some of you, a breakup is happening or something where it feels like a loss. You may feel, but that's part of the trick, is that people like this, they want you to believe that you need them. They want you to believe that, you can't do any better without them. You'll lose you won't do as good without them, that you need them. They want you to feel like that, so you won't leave. That way they always have your supply of energy. Okay. But for some of you, this is, Spirit is helping you to do the healing here by nourishing yourself, replenishing yourself, coming home to yourself to heal, that wound that made you feel like you needed this person, right? Narcissists are typically the shadow aspect, and the empath that attracts that is the light. So it's literally like the whole moth to a flame type of thing. That's why, we attract them, because we're of the light, they're of the dark, and they're needing that healing. All narcissists are really just really, really, really wounded and extremely insecure individuals. Period. That's what they are. So for some of you, you definitely might be dealing with that, and you're being literally like airlifted out of a situation. Something is definitely imbalanced. It's inharmonious, and this might feel, like I said, like a loss in some type of way, but it's really not. It's really not. You guys aren't happy anyway. Okay. You're not happy here anyway. And some of you are like going to see the truth about how this person may be, making you miss out, how many opportunities that some of you are missing out on due to not being available because of this person, right? For some of you, this person may keep you from your friends. They may try to like keep you from your family, shit like that. It's like, nah, we can't do that anymore either. Okay. For some of you, this is, I feel like for some of you, this is someone that you're dating. It's like you're experiencing karma because of their karma. If you don't let people go, you get like caught in the crossfire of someone else's karma. And that's what I was heading towards, had I not left when I did. And I learned that too. That's why I do what I do now, because tarot saved my life from that situation. Had it not been for tarot telling me things and showing me things, and then confirming through my readings and other readings, confirming the messages that I got, it was like, holy shit, I wouldn't have known otherwise. I wouldn't have. So, yeah. So, Aquarius, that is what I have for you. I really hope this reading helped those that needed it.